And we're back from a little vacation we took. The farm boys went on vacation, and now we're back. We took last week off, kind of. We recorded a complaint cast, and that had problems. So, we took the week off, but today, the NFL season is coming quick. I think, it's less than 3 weeks away. It's 2.5 weeks away.
That does not feel real.
No, it doesn't at all. And honestly, we are probably going to get, like, I'm excited for football because it's football. Boy, oh boy, is that week one going to be a mess.
Shit show.
It might be the worst football we ever see. It very well might be.
I think it's going to be, I'm looking forward to this week one more than any other, because, it'll be our first little taste of some football. We don't have to deal with any preseason, which is honestly for the best. But I think because week ones are always terrible, I think this year we at least have the possibility of it being so bad that it wraps around to being some of the best football ever. I want to watch some 5-interception football.
It would be fun. Especially since I think week one we have the Vikings. Seeing Kirk Cousins fucking throw 4 picks would be very fun.
Over under in the first game, because nobody's gonna be real stretched out. Over under 1.5 hamstrings torn for Dalvin Cook.
I'm taking the over.
I'm gonna take the over.
I'm taking a proud over at the same time.
Like, injury prone guys in a shortened season like this, boy oh boy, that's soft tissue. Like Alshon Jeffrey, there's no chance he plays more than 4 games. No chance.
I mean, Alshon Jeffrey is always playing with a soft tissue injury. Yeah. So I don't know if that matters, to be honest.
I mean, he's always
I don't know if it matters to that man.
How are we feeling on Deshaun Jackson games? It's low.
Here's what's going to happen.
I will be actively avoiding Deshaun Jackson all year.
He is going to have an 80-yard touchdown in week one. That's going to get everybody in Philly really excited. And then on the first target in week 2, he is just going to rip his knee in shreds. Yep. Hate to see it. I think all Packer fans will always love Deshaun Jackson for helping us launch into the 2010 playoffs. Miracle Land.
Absolutely.
Wow. Wow. That's brutal.
No, he's not a fan of a certain sect of people. So I'm not a fan of him. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. Fuck. It's true, Feder. Oh, man.
I would not. Right? I wouldn't let it be me being caught defending
Jackson.
Yeah, I'm staying far away from the anti-Semitic and the quote-unquote true children of Israelite quotes. No, thank you. You can take your Hitler bullshit elsewhere. So, Zach, what are we going to be talking about today instead of anti-Semitic issues?
Yep, we're going to be talking about pros and cons of Deshaun Jackson's careers.
No!
We're going to be talking about players that we're excited to see this season.
Okay.
And frankly, I can just get us kicked off because I think I have one that's going to be a little controversial to get us started.
Jameis Winston.
No. Yeah, well, always, but I had to bring something. I have to bring new content to the podcast. And that is going to be, for me, it's a weird one. Daniel Jones. I want to see what Daniel Jones does. I don't know if he's good or not yet. I really don't know. His first game was really good, and then after that, he was just fine.
That was like he had like a 4-touchdown game, right?
Yeah, against the Buccaneers, I think.
Yeah.
And he got it hot again towards the end of the season, if I remember right. Mm-hmm. And you got to think, who the heck was he throwing to?
Sterling Sharp was hurt, right?
So is that Darius Slayton
Sterling Shepard, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Darius Slayton was also hurt. But,
yeah, that's true. But
rip.
I'm just interested because Saquon Barkley is probably the best, if not the tied for top 2 running backs in the league. I've got my own guy, but Saquon is the best running back, and like that offense could be really good. I don't know. Did they draft a receiver at all? Or are they just rolling out with Sterling Shepard?
I feel like they drafted. I'm going to take a look-see.
I've got no clue.
But on top of that, people forget Evan Ingram. Also really fucking good.
Big and fast.
So I think I'm just interested to see I also like the play on the mannerisms of him being like Eli Manning too. How he's just like, how did you celebrate your first win in New York? And he was like, I went home, I went to bed, and I went to bed early, or something like that. There's something fun about boring players. Like
he's like literally the exact opposite of the other New York quarterback who goes and sucks faces at clubs after he wins or loses a game.
Listen, love or hate Sam
Darnold.
Sam Darnold. The man gets after it, and you gotta respect it.
I have to say, like Wiley brought him up, I'm also very excited to see Sam Darnold, only because I'm gonna laugh my ass off if he sucks, and maybe he's interesting.
The Jets might be the worst team of all time.
I think they are. I think they're going to be the worst team in the league by far.
Yeah.
I don't know if
who they have opt out. They had a linebacker opt out, C.J. Mosley, right?
Yep, C.J. Mosley opted out.
And then there was somebody on their offense that opted out too. That was like actually like a big name. I don't know. It might have been their running back or something. I don't know. But
it wasn't Le'Veon Bell.
Oh yeah, it definitely wasn't Le'Veon Bell. I'm not sure who it was.
Forgot they have Golden Tate. The Giants do. That's who we were forgetting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have a guy I used to love, Corey Coleman, but my God, he never figured it out.
Corey Coleman, holy shit.
That's a name drop.
Oh, I forgot about. Really? Okay. Was he a tight end last year? I think he was.
No, he was a Brown always.
Oh. No, okay, you're right.
You're thinking Corey Davis?
I'm thinking about Corey Davis, my bad.
Oh, don't even get me started on Corey Davis.
Corey Coleman, I was actually a pretty big fan, too. I was hoping he would fill in my heart.
Corey Coleman a Raven at one point?
No, I think he bounced around like 5 teams in like half a year.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like I remember him seeing him in a couple different jerseys.
Going back to Daniel Jones, though, he's just super interesting in the fact that, like, he's one of the few quarterbacks that I could genuinely see either completely falling off or actually making an all-pro team. Because I feel like most quarterbacks, you kind of watch them in year one, and you kind of just already have them pegged, and you can like figure a guy out. But like he and Drew Lock, honestly, I feel very similar about. Like Drew Lock, I was a big old hater coming out. I thought he was an absolute turd sandwich, and I hate John Elway to begin with. I think he's a terrible GM. He may have actually picked one right. He looked really good in those few games, and he's throwing to Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton and Noah Fant. And his running back is Melvin Ingram and Phillip Lindsay. That dude's got weapons.
When you start pouring it out like that, the Broncos in general might be fucking sick.
They could be a wagon.
Shit. Like, Drew Lock's already cool as fuck. Like, he is a really cool dude. And I liked all of those names you just said. Broncos might be sick.
And that kills me to say. I've not been a big Broncos guy before, but listen, they might be the real deal.
But yeah.
Did you say Melvin Ingram at running back?
Gordon.
Okay. I was like, damn, I didn't know he made a position change,
I've mixed those two up enough in my life.
But yeah, I just thought Daniel Jones, we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see what happens, regardless of where it goes.
Another quarterback I'm super excited to watch play, even though I absolutely fucking hate the team he plays for. I just can't wait to watch Cam Newton play. I think Cam Newton is going to tear it up this year, and it is going to make me so happy and so angry at the exact same time. Because I still think Cam's got a lot left in the tank. I think he was just hurt last year, and hopefully he comes back healthy. That height video he put out on Instagram where he jumped into the pool with his fucking socks on, dude. I don't know. Something about it. I think Cam is back this year.
Yeah.
I think he's ready to go.
I'll tell you what, Cam, very high on the Kyle Cool index as far as football players go. Like, it's going to kill me to root for him. It is going to kill me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I root for players when it comes to other teams a lot more than I root against teams. So screw it. I'm here for the Cam Newton hype train. It's more fun to be on the hype train than not anyways. So why not?
Yeah.
Plus, just seeing everyone just really just slander Cam Newton and what he can be and still pretty fucking young is just... It would just hurt to see, and I buy into a good underdog story, and I'm excited for Cam, too.
Can you believe we're talking about Cam Newton and underdog stories?
Nuts.
I know.
Like, what?
Nuts.
What the fuck?
The man's won a Super Bowl MVP. He was the number 1 overall draft. Yeah, I mean, he should not be an underdog story. He's getting paid like the vet minimum.
We do have to mention, though, hopefully, fingers crossed, the injuries didn't ruin his career.
Yes.
Because when he was injured, he looked really bad.
He looked really bad last year. He
Terrible,
looked really bad last year.
I want him to succeed not only because I want more years of watching Cam Newton because he's super unique and my God is he fun. Not only, I just want to see every boomer dad in the world eat their fucking words when they watch Cam Newton ball on their teams. Because nobody hates Cam Newton more than 55-year-olds.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And no one's a Patriot fan like 55-year-olds.
True.
Let them know.
No one's a more racist town to other athletes than Boston, so what a marriage that's going to be.
Cam Newton taking a kneel for week 1 will be a fucking power move in front of the Patriots fan. I don't think Robert Kraft's going to let him do it, but we'll see.
I don't think Robert Kraft has an issue with it.
I think almost
I think
everybody.
Bill Belichick has an issue with it.
No, Robert
almost
Kraft
everybody on every team is going to do it.
Oh, yeah. It'll be like the NBA.
It's just going to happen.
Yeah. Other than Nick and Joey Bosa, probably.
Oh, they're going to be on their tippy toes.
Yeah, they'll stand taller.
I got a guy I'm excited to watch.
Right.
Wide receiver. And it's Allen Lazard. I am so excited to watch year 2 of Allen Lazard because he bounced around. I think we got him off the Jags practice squad last year. A complete nobody. And it turns out the guy who's like 6'5" and runs really, really fast and can catch everything thrown to him, pretty good.
Yeah.
Crazy, I know. And another year just developing with Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be just wonderful. I want to see more.
Yeah. Like he's literally our second best receiver. Is there any like debate against that?
No, and the thing is, I buy into it too. I don't think he's like, oh, this is our number 2 guy, and it's just by default, or this is our number 2 guy, and it's gonna go. He's not like worthy of the role. I think he's a really, really good number 2 to have on any football team. Like, I would be very I think any team can use Allen Lazard. I think he could be a superstar in the making. I know this might be some homer in me talking, but I watch the man a lot, and his quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. Pretty good combination to have when you're that big, that fast.
How old is he? He's like 23, right?
Super young.
Holy
24? Yeah.
Wow. And getting him off the Jags practice squad. It works. The Jags don't know fucking anything, so... Yeah.
The Jags?
I like it.
The Jags always, I mean, in the last couple of years anyways, seem to just have like talented wide receivers like on their team.
Yeah.
That they themselves never do anything with, but they go elsewhere and they ball out. So.
Well, they still have Justin Blackman.
Technically
talented.
They do.
I say talented.
Yeah.
He was talented.
What a waste. Oh,
that
man.
sucks. Yeah.
But I mean, look at DJ Shark. That dude's a monster.
Yeah.
I love that guy. I was a very big Allen Robinson guy early in his career. It's tough to be an Allen Robinson guy nowadays. It kills me, but what are you gonna do?
Not even.
Yeah.
Not even. I agree with. I
hate rooting. Yeah.
But having him on my fantasy team last year and watching him, he's still just so fucking good. God, please leave. Please leave after this season. Go anywhere. Come to the Packers. My God.
I want to raise the question, like, when it comes to like having fantasy football, because we're like, spoiler alert for everybody in the audience here, we're all very, very big on fantasy football. We get very into our leagues. I'm obviously a very big Packer fan, despite the Ray Lewis jersey on right now. I have no qualms about if I have Dalvin Cook on my team, he scores a touchdown against the Packers. I'm not even mad.
It's a nice equalizer. It's a nice, like, ooh.
I think I'm almost to the point where I'm thinking more about fantasy, and that's a tough feeling.
I don't know if it depends. It depends really. If it's an important game, if it's the Raiders and I have Josh Jacobs and he just went in for his third touchdown and we're down 21-10, If it's the Vikings with Dalvin Cook, that's where I'm like,
You're telling me when Stephon Diggs was catching 70-yard bombs and he was on your fantasy team last year?
We already had a lead. That one at the end at home against the Vikings, I was a little excited because I'm like, well, I get my fantasy points and game's fucking over, so get your garbage.
So speaking of Stephon Diggs, though, you think he's going to be the same in Buffalo?
I mean, he'll be the same. It's just a matter of will the deep balls thrown to him be the same, or are they going to be 15 feet over his head?
I mean, he's fast. Maybe Josh Allen won't be able to overthrow him.
Look,
it's impossible.
It worked with John Brown. I don't see why it can't work with Stephon Diggs. I think Stephon Diggs is one of the 7, 8 most talented receivers in football.
Yeah, I think he's really good.
I think he's fantastic. I think he's way better than Chris Godwin, guys like that. I think he's a far better player. I just don't think he's ever had an amazing situation. Kirk Cousins is fine. You can get him the ball, but I don't know. I'm excited to see it.
Could be an amazing situation. We'll see.
Could.
Yeah. But I've got a guy who we didn't mention him, but we mentioned his team and his weapons, but we did not mention Gardner Minshew. I'm so excited to see this guy. He was so electric last year. He made the Jaguars fun to watch, even if they weren't doing well. Gardner is cool. The cool index, he's up here. He's high up there. Gardner Minshew, cool as fuck. I want to see if he's legit. He can have some sick plays, and I love that about him.
Gardner Minshew, to me, is the most sounds good, doesn't work thing, because it's like, you get excited. Gardner, cool dude, big mustache. He's kind of just like the alter ego of...
Blake Bortles?
No, my head is completely dead.
Alter ego?
No, Browns quarterback. Baker Mayfield. He's like the alter ego of Baker Mayfield.
Cool version of Baker Mayfield.
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, he's a cool version of Baker Mayfield.
Sorry. I thought you said who.
Okay.
They're both cool, but I don't know. They just seem like two sides of the same coin, but anyways, what I was getting at, Gardner Minshew is the coolest guy in theory, and then he gets on the field, and it's dump off time, and it's 3-yard out to Leonard Fournette, who literally can't run unless he has 15 feet to get started. I mean, watching the Gardner Minshew offense at times was so fucking boring. They had that. At
other times, it was really fun.
Yeah, he had that one game. I think it was in London against Houston, where that was like a shootout, and that was really fun to watch.
That was awesome.
And then you had other games where he's throwing for 120 yards on 11 of 25, and it's like, this sucks.
Yeah, I mean, he's was
a sixth-round rookie.
Yeah, sixth-round draft pick. He wasn't expecting to play, I don't know. I think he's cool, and I think that he is the starter for the Jags this year, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, no question about it. I don't even know who their backup is.
I guess I don't either. But I think
Josh Dobbs last year. Not that means anything.
Could you imagine if Josh Dobbs wins this? If Josh Dobbs ever starts and it's not because of injury, I'm out on Gardner Minshew. That's my take on Gardner Minshew.
That's true. That's a great point.
Actually, just going back to Stephon Diggs, I was looking at ADP for PPR leagues. He is the 27th wide receiver. And
really
PPR.
are not trusting.
Super low. Yeah.
Sorry. Real quick, they did add a quarterback. I forgot. It's Mike Glennon.
Oh, brother!
I didn't even know he's still in the fucking league.
That giraffe-looking motherfucker is going to be back.
Oh, I guess that must have been the trade for Nick Foles then. Had Mike Glennon in it.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah, because Nick Foles had a fat contract.
That's tough.
Was Mike Glennon on the Bears last year?
Oh, yeah. They paid him before Trubisky.
I know they paid him. I thought maybe they just cut his ass, though.
I don't think so.
No?
He started a couple games last season.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think they actually did decent with him. But yeah. Gardner, cool.
Gardner, very cool.
Fenner, what do you got?
So this is another, I'm bringing up another wide receiver. A.J. Brown was incredibly fun to watch last year, and I hope he just continues to be an absolute man amongst boys. Because that guy is big, he's fast, and he runs like a running back when he's got the ball in his hands. He is super fun to watch.
He's a freight train.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally like Derrick Henry at wide receiver. That's what he looks like out there.
He kind of reminds me of like a. Obviously, I don't think he's nearly as good, but he's kind of got that T.O. thing where he just big as hell. Well, actually, you know what? I always think
he's only like 6'1". He's only like 6'1".
I think he's like 6 foot on the dot. But
but
plays
he's
like he's huge. He might be more like Anquan Bolden then.
Yeah.
Anquan was the same kind of guy.
Was really good.
No, he was. I just thought about when he has to be
Detroit
retired,
Lions
right?
Anquan Bolden.
Yeah,
is that what you're talking about?
I was just thinking like I just remember late career. He's got to be retired, right?
Oh yeah, Anquan Bolden's retired. He's been retired for a couple of years.
I have not thought about Anquan Bolden in a while, and that just there was something there. I had him on fantasy in one of the older years.
Anquan Bolden, when he was healthy, my God. He was like, especially like on those Cardinals teams, he was as good as Larry Fitz. Like that dude was a baller.
Yeah.
Yeah. They honestly kind of have the same, like, they not only just their play style, but like Anquan Bolden wasn't tall. He was like he was built, he was fucking ripped, and he would just run through people like a running back would. And that's like what A.J. Brown reminds me of.
Yeah.
And A.J. Brown, like, just incredibly fun to watch, like an electric football player.
I just hope sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, I hope that Ryan Tannehill can get him the ball again this year.
Look, I have my doubts on that for sure.
Yeah.
And I just hope A.J. Brown learns to just, like, run some more routes. Because, basically, if you look at, like, all of his big plays, it was just he catches a screen pass and he gone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, he and Debo are really, really similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would also throw in there, unless I'm misremembering, but Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah. Super cool. Excited to see what he does.
I just don't know how much they're going to throw to receivers. I don't know if they're going to keep the same shtick they did last year. I mean, they draft J.K. Dobbins, so they got a hell of a 1-2-3 punch with Gus the Bus.
Yes, absolutely. And shit, who was their other rookie running back? No.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, what was his name? He's like a scat back.
I loved him, and he never even. I don't even know if he did anything.
It's gonna kill me.
Fuck,
I'll look it up. Just keep going.
Yeah, no, they are gonna be. They're gonna be something. I don't even know what they're gonna do, but my God, they've got talent everywhere.
Justice Hill.
Yep. Okay.
Justice Hill can play.
Yeah, no. I fuck with Justice Hill.
I want to talk about a few running backs while we're on the topic. Okay. And it's two running backs specifically because I am super fascinated because I think they're kind of in very similar positions in their career. And I'm talking Todd Gurley and David Johnson. I have no idea what to expect from either one of them. And because there's a world, they both look like top 5 guys again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what the hell happened with David Johnson last year because it looked like his leg fell off and that he gained 50 pounds in mid-season. In the beginning of the season, he looked okay, and then something happened.
I'll tell you what. I am way more excited to see Todd Gurley than I am David Johnson. Only because I think it's gonna hurt me because I've loved David Johnson for his whole career, and I'm worried, man. I just don't think he has it any. I don't know what happened. He looked.
I mean, like the injury he had was like a
terrible.
wrist injury, right? Like Or did
it was
he?
a couple things, I think.
He was
Okay.
But
very
I think it was at first, anyways.
Which to me, like, I get it. Like, you need your wrists to hang on to the ball or whatever, and you're using your
45 pounds though.
Well, no, but that's what I mean. Like, there was, to my knowledge, I don't remember him ever like tearing his ACL or hamstring or anything like that. But he just looked like he was moving in molasses.
He did. He did what 2 years ago, or was it 3 years ago? Whatever. He had his big ACL or
3 years ago now.
Oh,
which feels like
Christ.
a lifetime ago because, dude, there's one point David Johnson looked like the next coming of Adrian Peterson who could catch.
I remember. Yeah, we had the conversation. I remember you're like, if he keeps playing this way, David Johnson's a future Hall of Famer, right? And I was like, no brainer. He looked.
Yeah.
And it just hurts talking about in past tense now.
Yeah, it does. And I'm just hoping the wise Bill O'Brien sees something the rest of us don't. I certainly have my doubts.
I have zero faith in Bill O'Brien.
With that being said, Todd Gurley, on the other hand, way more excited to see. Because I'm more hopeful with Todd Gurley. Because he wasn't even bad last year. He just wasn't. Like
his offensive line did him no favors.
Yeah. So, also...
Todd Gurley's also 2 years younger. I mean, David Johnson's 28. A lot of running backs by 28, 29, 30. They're usually hitting their expiration date, so...
Yeah.
But with Todd Gurley, he might be 26?
Yeah, he might have the knees of a 35.
Yeah, I was about to say, how old is that man's body? Because I think we all remember, like, that dude in college, his last year, I mean, he shredded that knee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This begs the question, where the hell is Devontae Freeman?
Unsigned. He wants a big deal, and he ain't getting it.
Oh, my God.
He wants a big deal? Get the fuck out of here. Why does this clown think he deserves any money, is my question.
Okay, come on.
He should settle for a veteran minimum.
For a year and a half.
Yep, you're right, and that is in the past. I think he should settle for a veteran minimum.
He's 28, but look, guys who are like 5'7" don't age particularly well in the NFL.
Yeah, he had I'm pretty sure he had an awful season last year too. But Falcons in general were bad last year, so I don't know.
The last little blurb I can get about Devonta Freeman is July 21st, and it just says Devonta Freeman, player rep, says his client would like to find a team, quote, in the immediate future. We are a month later. It didn't happen.
Oh man.
I think it's going to take an injury for him to play.
What happened in 2018? Did he tear his ACL? Because he only played 2 games in 2018.
He was hurt.
I don't remember what it was.
He had a lingering injury, I think. Well, okay, he had a lingering. It was like a will he play this week? Will he not? I remember there was something and it just carried on. It was almost like AJ Green this year, except without the holding out part. Okay, I'll bring it up. Someone I'm excited to see this season, AJ Green.
I'm not. I don't know.
I think it's just going to be really sad.
I think so, too. I think it's going to be 2 games of mediocre football and then goodbye hamstring.
Yeah.
I hope it's...
Dude, it sucks because AJ Green, I mean, he was so good.
Dude.
He was so good.
It's really weird to think about now that he was taken and is the same age in the same draft as Julio Jones. Because he feels 15 years older than Julio Jones.
Yeah.
Julio Jones is 31. That makes me feel old.
What is his actual name, Kyle? Because that was very interesting.
Oh, boy. Let me get this up again. It's a mouthful, and I don't want to...
Very interesting. Yeah, I kind of wish he would have stuck with it. It was like Quintosa Jones or something like that.
His real name, Quintoris Lopez Julio Jones.
What a sick name.
That is sick.
Quintoris Jones is such a strong name.
Yep. First ballot. I mean, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer anyways.
He'd be a zero ballot. He'd be the first active Hall of Famer.
His name is Quintoris.
No doubt in my mind.
Oh man, that does make me feel old. 31.
I will never understand him. How does he not score 15 touchdowns a year?
Julio?
Yeah, he scores like 5 on a good year. It's the dumbest
really
thing.
weird.
He gets 1,600 yards every single season and 4 touchdowns.
I seriously think it's just bad luck.
It's Matt Ryan.
I mean, that's the only thing it can be, because it's not like he's not a red zone target. The man, what is he, 6'4"? Like, he's huge. He's huge. He's fast. He's got the best hands, you know?
And guess what? He can catch him in the end zone. I've seen him do it. He does it real good. But no, let's throw Austin Hooper's 15th touchdown of the year.
I mean, he did for a couple of years have to compete with Roddy White, so...
The Mercurial, the wonderful Roddy White.
He is just like the most forgotten player of recent NFL history.
Yep.
Roddy fucking White.
And as time goes on, the more I realize, wow, he was worth forgetting.
Come on, man.
Roddy White is such
cool.
a mediocre receiver.
Roddy White was cool.
Was he?
I thought he was.
Don't remember that.
The only
Fenner, you
reason-
remember Roddy White being cool?
The only
It's a cool
reason-
name.
Yep.
It's a cool name.
Yep.
Was he cool on the field?
He was cool.
I
on the
don't
field.
remember.
He was
Exactly.
He just became overshadowed by Julio Jones.
As you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, can't
Most
blame him.
people would.
Is Calvin Ridley going to overshadow Julio now?
I don't.
The
You know
fish,
what?
nope.
I think
There's always a
there's
bigger
another
fish.
3 or 4 years until that's even a conversation.
Dude, Julio, as long as he wants, is just
Yeah.
going to be one of the best receivers. I mean, he's so cool, and he's so good.
I could see like late career like becoming almost like what Larry Fitzgerald is now, where it's
That's
like
the thing. I think a lot of people don't realize just because he is so big and so fast, he's 31 years old and still outruns every single cornerback he's lined up against. Like, he is a very good route runner. That, weirdly enough, I don't think he gets credit for.
yeah.
Dude, he's literally Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, they play the exact same style. He might be a better route runner.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Calvin Johnson, especially off the field. I've never heard Julio Jones' voice either.
Never
You heard him
him
talk?
one time. Not
It's
one
been
time.
like, dude, it's literally been 9 years. I have never seen that man talk.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so weird to think about.
Yeah,
That's so
it is weird.
to think about. He's like such a massive like celebrity in the United States, and I just have no clue what he sounds like.
I don't know anything about him either.
No.
I don't know a single thing about him.
I just
Like,
know
I
he
can tell
makes grown men look like little boys on Sunday nights, and I'm all
Right.
here.
Holy shit! I've never even thought about that. Maybe that's why I think he's so young. It's because like his personality hasn't aged yet.
Or thinking about him. Right. Yeah, Odell feels years older.
I was
than
gonna
Julio Jones.
say Odell feels older. Wow, how old
You know who
is
feels
Odell?
a lot
Is he,
older?
Like 28.
Michael Thomas feels like he's 35 years old.
Yo,
It's because he has the game of a 35-year-old.
Yeah.
It's time to run slants.
He's younger than Odell
Here comes
Beckham
Michael
Jr.
Thomas. Just slants.
I will never get tired of Michael Thomas slander as
Yo.
long as I live because he gets so upset.
Yo,
Oh my god. I think we've talked about this before,
Yeah.
but Michael Thomas is a dork.
I know. I think we have talked about this, and I don't think you guys like his Twitter handle, but I like it. Can't guard Mike. I mean, I think
Yeah.
that's a flex.
It'd be
No.
funnier if he also didn't feel the need to keep reminding everybody that no one can guard him 24/7. It's kind of sad at this point.
Yeah.
You'd
Yeah.
think he'd just let his numbers do the talking.
Getting back to players that I like to watch play football. I'm kind of excited to see what the Colts backfield's going to look like this year.
That-
I think it's
Yes.
going to be really good.
yeah.
I
Had
think it's
that
going
on
to
my
be
list.
really good.
I think it's gonna be great.
Marlon Mack's good, and I think a lot of people are forgetting that. The
Yeah.
only reason they drafted Jonathan Taylor is A, because he's impossible to tackle. B, Marlon Mack's gone after this year, so that's why. But they might ride Marlon Mack like a motherfucker for at least a few weeks until he either breaks down or just gives the job up. But talk about a 1-2 punch.
Also, look at what the best teams without Pat Mahomes are doing. Look at the Niners last year. Look at what the Packers are trying to replicate now. Slam the fucking ball up the middle. You can never have too many talented running backs.
I
Yeah.
think this,
And you can never pay them.
I think
and
this
you
got
shouldn't.
popular. Yeah, right. I think this got popular again with like the whole, because everybody's like trying to jerk off like the whole Kyle Shanahan thing now, and I think it really started with Devonta Freeman and Tevin Coleman because that 1-2 punch. Ever since then, dude, that's been the thing. They tried to replicate it in Tennessee. It didn't go well, but they tried to do it there. I mean, they're trying to do it a lot of places. It makes sense. I think it's a good strategy. Obviously, the Packers are trying to do that with A.J. Dillon, too. And my God, can I not wait to see those calves and thighs in the field.
That's a man I'm excited to play football.
Oh, boy. Oh, man. I don't
cranked right now, and I feel like I'm about to sweat like a pig thinking about those legs.
I don't think it's a coincidence that that picture of him with his thighs came out at the same time that the WAP music video did. I'll tell you that. Don't think there's much of a coincidence.
A.J. Dillon is 6 feet tall and 250 pounds. Not an ounce of fat on him. That guy is an offensive lineman who carries the rock.
I can't wait to see him decleating linebackers. I need Jamal Williams off this football team now.
Oh, come on. Come on.
He is going to be an annoying-ass roadblock because there's going to be so many games where Jamal Williams is in there just to block on third down, and you're just thinking, I need to see A.J. Dillon gore a linebacker in the NFL. I need to see him launch an NFL corner. Like, NFL, like, slot corners right now, they're probably like 5'9".
And like 175 pounds.
He's going to eat them for breakfast.
Yeah, he will.
Dude, he would floss his teeth with Tyrann Mathieu.
Oh, yeah.
Like, my God.
Yeah, God. I can't wait.
I'm just looking at a picture of A.J. Dillon right now, and my God.
Also, I really
who he reminds me of? He reminds me of John Clay with talent.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see the vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very upset though. I guess maybe not upset's the right word, but I really hope the rumors of trying to hammer a long-term deal with Aaron Jones are very false. I'll say that.
I don't want
move over.
And I know me and Kyle, Zach, I imagine you are on the same page here. I don't want any team. Well, actually, I'd be okay with any other team in the NFL doing it. I don't want my team, the Green Bay Packers, to ever consider signing any long deal with a running back.
Absolutely.
I don't care what running back it is.
Absolutely.
It's not worth it.
Think of the last time a second contract for running back has just went like really, really well.
I mean, Adrian Peterson, right?
Yeah. And he is like the anomaly of anomalies.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. Like he's the one of the last 20 years I can think of that actually worked out well.
This might be an outlier too. Frank Gore, I would say. He's the last,
But he didn't he never demanded like a shit ton of money or anything.
No, that's true.
No, but I mean he had multiple contracts for the Niners. But he's also a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
He also could be carrying around for another 10 years.
You know what Marshawn Lynch is? An anomaly.
Yo.
Yeah.
There aren't a lot. There really aren't. And I hope we don't.
Seriously trying to think of like a normal running back that's like gotten paid by his own team. It just doesn't happen that much.
I mean, like now Zeke. It's yet to be seen.
I think will become also in that tier of like, of course.
Probably.
I think Zeke's got a good chance, and I don't know if this is a hot take, but I think Zeke's got a good chance being a Hall of Famer too.
Yeah.
I agree. God, yes.
Yeah.
I think as long as he's health permitting, he's got the talent and the type of game. Because I think he's the kind of guy who can stay healthy for a long time too.
Yeah.
I think he'll be a Hall of Famer one day.
I agree.
A boring Hall of Famer, maybe. Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Zeke's, I mean,
the things he did his rookie
boring
year.
Zeke's good, man.
He's really, really, really good.
I don't know if he's boring. I don't know. I enjoy watching him play.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like boring is the wrong word. He's so just consistent, I think. It's not like
used to the greatness.
Sexy. Yeah. It's not like the sexiest game. He's just going to rip off 15-yard chunks and score double-digit touchdowns every year. And I don't know, because like it makes me really wonder, because he's like the exact opposite, because it's all a lot of flash. I don't know what to think about Le'Veon Bell because he couldn't have landed on a team I trust less.
Yeah.
That's another sad one.
Yeah.
But if there's any back who I think is talented enough to overcome it, it's Le'Veon Bell.
It's tough.
It's tough.
But it comes down to the head coach. And let me tell you, they got the worst one. Now that Freddie Kitchens is gone, I don't think there's a worse coach in football
Then Adam Gase?
than fucking Adam Gase. I hate that son of a bitch. I hate him so much. What a terrible coach.
He's just horrible.
All this time I thought my hate was Ryan Tannehill. No, it's Adam Gase. And Ryan Tannehill while we're at it, but he beat the Patriots.
Hey, I was about to say,
year.
don't let him off the hook. He stinks too.
The only reason I give him the pass is because of the Patriots game, so he gets that.
Okay, speaking of running backs, what do you guys think Derrick Henry is going to do this year? As I think we differ on this, maybe. I think he's going to be the same guy. I think he's going to be unbelievable again this year. And I'm all here.
I have my doubts, but then again, I don't know.
I have no reason to disagree with you. Did Derrick Henry have that great of a first half of a season, though? Because I don't think he did.
I think he always kind of starts out slow and picks up.
It was pretty slow to start.
Because that was the sneakiest rushing title. He came up on that.
He's so weird because he does this same thing. This is the reason I don't trust him. Because you'd think a guy like Derrick Henry, he's getting like 6 yards a carry. Nobody can tackle him. That's just not what happens. Because if you watch him, it's 2-yard gain, 2-yard gain, 3-yard loss, 5-yard gain. Does that about 15 times. Then the third quarter starts. 75-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
His game doesn't match his body. I can't figure him out. And it doesn't feel sustainable.
Last year. I mean, he had, in the first 9 weeks last year, he had 2 games over 90 yards rushing. And then week 10 through week 14.
That's when it was stupid.
188 yards, 159 yards, 149 yards, 103 yards. Then week 17 had 211 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. He wasn't supposed to win that rushing title until those last weeks where he just put up god numbers. He was not supposed to get it.
If his offensive line keeps blowing holes open for him, because here's the thing, Derrick Henry's really fast as long as he can get going. If he has enough room to maneuver, you give him 5 yards of running room, good fucking luck.
You need more than one person to tackle him. I don't care who your linebackers are. I mean, he's what, 6'3", 250 pounds? One guy's not bringing him down. Yeah, one guy's not bringing him down if he gets a head of steam going. So,
no.
But yeah.
Any last players we got?
I think Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson are going to be really good again this year. I'll step out on a limb and say it.
I'm nervous about Lamar. I'm nervous.
I'm not. I simply am not.
I'm very confident. I think he's going to ball again.
I really hope. I want him to be good so bad, but I'm really worried he doesn't develop as a passer. Because I don't think he can just run forever.
I think he was a good passer last year.
I don't know. If you watched him, it didn't feel like it.
I can see that catching up.
He improved a lot from year 1 to 2 passing.
Yeah.
He did. I just hope it continues. Because I think if he doesn't improve as a passer, teams are going to figure out this shit.
I think that will catch up more in playoffs. I don't think that will happen too often regular season.
I mean, when was the last time there was it was Michael Vick was the last time there was this talented of a runner at quarterback. And when did it catch up to Michael Vick?
When he was old as hell.
After he came back from his 2 years off?
The difference, I think, Michael Vick was a way better passer than Lamar Jackson. Way better.
I think he had a better long ball.
He was a more complete. There's a reason he went number 1 overall. It was the speed, obviously, but he could actually play quarterback. I'm not obviously Lamar Jackson can play quarterback, but like he's not nearly as advanced as a passer.
I hope he advances more because he's fun as hell.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm optimistic. I think he's got. It's like what Colin Cowherd says. He's got. Oh man, it was really stupid. I hate the fact I'm going to quote Colin Cowherd. He says people.
Me too.
All billionaires are like. Most of them are like dyslexic, and Lamar Jackson having ADHD like gives him that extra edge. I don't know. It was really stupid. I thought it was hilarious.
I'll tell you what, it didn't give me the extra edge. I'm not a great athlete. I'm a terrible athlete.
That's fair. Maybe that's the crux of
what is this?
Dyslexia and ADHD, very comparable, by the way.
Yeah, right.
What?
Oh, man. I don't know. It was some weird argument. I'm probably misquoting it, but I'm going to link it because it's really weird.
I feel like if you aren't misquoting him, this isn't nearly brought up enough.
It was something about
what a stupid thing to say.
It was something about dyslexic billionaires. Something about that. And how, like, they always, like, play with a chip. Because he predicted them to go undefeated. He said they're going to win every single game this year. And he was like,
Ravens?
Yeah. And he said it was because, like, Lamar has, like, ADHD. It was really weird. Anyways,
and this before I start getting mad at billionaires again on camera.
Anyways, yeah.
I don't think anybody needs that.
Yeah, and it's getting really dark in my room.
Except Jeff Bezos. He needs it, and he's going to get it. End it.
All right, well, thank you for listening to another episode of the Farmcast. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms at the Farmcast Pod on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
and TikTok.
Boom, we're back in form. We're back. Took a week off. Make sure to follow, subscribe, like, comment, share the audio podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, and for video on YouTube.
Spotify.
And hey, we'll see you on the next episode of the Farmcast. Bye.